So, hi, I want to welcome Laura. Laura has been in my mentorship program now for 2 sessions. We're kind of nearing the end of the second session. So, 4 months, and let's say like 3 months, so probably 7 months total, we've been working together. And I just love to hear a little bit about your experience, Laura. So tell me, what initially drew you to the program? What were you seeking, or what piqued your interest and made you want to join?
Well, initially, I wanted to join because I was having a challenge because COVID had hit and all my regular yoga practices had stopped. While I actually had joined a few online yoga services, I was finding that I wasn't doing them and I really wanted to get back into yoga. The other part for me, though, was that I've always been pretty interested in beyond asana. So, in all the other yoga practices and the philosophy and all of those things. And I wasn't getting that from my regular yoga classes. So, when I heard about your program, it sounded like the perfect way to not only learn about those things, but also to be able to incorporate them into my life. So, that's the big draw for me. And it's been amazing.
Excellent. Well, that was really the point, was to go so much more than just asana, right? Which
Mhm.
you can get great classes when you go to a studio or take online, but then you don't get the philosophy or the how and the why or the deeper underpinnings of yoga.
Very true, very true. And I have gotten so much out of this program. It's been exactly what I needed and exactly what I wanted. So thank you,
Awesome.
Nikki.
Awesome. Well, that's amazing to hear. So what has the experience been like during the 7 months? I know it's hard to summarize, but um, give us a little bit of a window into your personal experience.
Well, as I mentioned, when I first started, I had kind of gotten out of the practice of even the asana piece of yoga. So I started out really eager, but also somewhat reluctant, surprisingly to me, to participate in asana. And I honestly say that I think I was a challenge for you because you were very encouraging and I was very willing until it actually came to doing the asana practice. Um, but I really, really gained a lot of knowledge and insight into the other parts of the program, into the philosophy and all the Ayurvedic pieces of food and lifestyle and all of that. And those things, through learning about those and starting to incorporate those things into my life, I also began to start prioritizing asana again. And I think it was a long process of me putting all the pieces together with all the information from the course and all your assistance that helped me really to see how everything fits and how important every piece of this is. So it's been, as you mentioned, 7 months, but I feel like I've been able to really have a bigger picture view. And when I do choose to not do an asana practice when I should, I understand what that's going to mean and the results that are going to um, I'm going to suffer or experience by not doing that, but also the benefits of all the things I am doing and seeing my own health and happiness improve dramatically through the course of this whole process, and it's been amazing.
So if you could summarize, I mean, I know we cover a lot and we go deep
Yes.
into, meditation and Ayurveda and all of it, but if you could summarize one or two things that were the biggest shifts or the most important components for you personally from the program, tell us what those would be.
Well, so I guess there's quite a few, so I'll try and be brief and short with this. As I mentioned, understanding more about the bigger picture of yoga has been really amazing, and I understand that I will never know everything there is to know. I am uh, kind of a perfectionist, and so that tends to be the way I approach things, that I'm not really ever doing anything until I'm doing it 110%. And now I really understand that that shouldn't hold me back from doing any of these things in yoga, because I will never be able to do even close to 100%. And
Me
there's
too.
always something, yeah, right. I mean, there's always something to learn, and there's always more interesting and like just fascinating material to experience. Um, and that's been great because it's really, instead of narrowing the scope for me of what there is. It's just broadened it so much that it's very exciting because I can see it as a lifetime
Mhm.
of study and learning and adapting. The other thing that I mean, more concretely, I have actually started a very regular meditation practice as well as a pranayama practice, which were
Yes.
two things that I was interested in, but wasn't doing at all when I started with you. And so through the course of these 7 months, I really, every day now, I do a pranayama and a meditation practice. And it's it's really helped me to stay calm and to have better perspective on everything in my life, which is, I can't tell you how helpful that's been. It's been really amazing. And then the other thing that I would like to say is that I feel like this group of women is amazing.
Mhm.
Um, the support and the camaraderie and the feeling of community is really made it special, I think, and unique. And um, you're an excellent leader and you are part of the group as well. And you're very approachable, I feel, and you understand when things don't work, but you're also very supportive. And together with all the other women in the group, it just makes it a really unique and special experience. And I know for a fact that if I hadn't joined your class, I would probably not be doing any yoga right now, and I would be really unhappy. So overall, I can't say enough good things about it.
That's awesome, Laura. Thanks so much. And it makes me so happy to know that you are consistently now getting that meditation and breath work in every day. That's a huge shift from when you started. Huge.
Huge, huge. And the thing that amazes me is, I mean, admittedly, every morning there's a part of me that's like, oh, really? Do I really need to spend the first part of my day doing this? But the reality is, yes, I do, because on the very rare occasions where I've skipped it, I notice I'm
Yep.
more irritable and all those things. So it's slowly becoming something that I look forward to. I have to say honestly that I'm not quite there yet, but I am really getting a benefit out of it and so grateful that it's now part of my regular daily routine.
Well, thank you, Laura. I really appreciate your time and sharing your experience. And yeah, more to come. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Nikki. My pleasure.
Namaste.
Namaste.